Hey there YouTube, we're going to go ahead and level out our lawn a little bit for a pool. I don't know if you can see it here. We had a 16-foot pool and now we're going to go to a 20-foot pool, so we need to make a bigger area, and I've got some contour in the lawn here. So we tilled it up the other night and now we're going to go about leveling. If you're looking at this video, you already know that there are about 400,000 videos on YouTube for leveling and preparing for a pool. And we've got another one here. I don't know, I'll maybe do it a little bit differently. I've got different tools and stuff available than everybody else does. Maybe some a little better, some a little worse. But we're going to go ahead and use the laser level there is not sitting on the tripod. You got a couple pails. We had a fire pit in here over the winter, and when we pulled that up, of course, it pulled up. We've got some muddy stuff there. The original, what you can see of the dirt, the lighter dirt is pretty level. We were within about a ½ inch from side to side. We'll see if we can do a little better than that. But we have about 5 inches of rise along the back side over there. So we're gonna do what we can to get it as close as we can, and we'll take you along for the ride here. The other stuff I've got, I guess, some long 2x4s that I had sitting in the shop, some stakes for forming boards, some leftover boards from concrete projects and stuff. We used a tiller, of course, there, and then I've got some dirt from the local box store, Menards, that isn't gonna have grass clods in it and stuff. So okay, our first step here is gonna be to level some 2x4s, and then we will screed with those. Now I have enough rise in the back here that I want to actually set my screed or my form boards up a little bit higher, about 2 inches higher than what our level is going to be, and then we will make a deeper screed board, just because I don't want to have to dig out all of this area in here just to get my form boards set up. So we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. We have a 20-foot pool and a 10-foot screed board, so we're putting our form boards about 10 foot 6 inches apart and then leveling them using 18-inch concrete forming spikes pounded in with a 2-pound sledge. Okay, we've got our leveling done with our laser level. I tried to shoot a time lapse of that. I don't know if I got it or not, but we just started out on this closest end here, and you can use a level. You can see I've got my 4-foot level out here, just double checking our work, making sure that the laser is working fine. But using the level will get one of these boards straight, but you don't know necessarily that all 3 of them are level with each other until you go across. So the laser level does make it quite a bit easier. It is right on, and now we can go with our 2x6 and add and take away dirt as we need to, and I think we should have a nice level pad when we're done. Here's about 4 hours of digging, filling, screeding, leveling, and tamping until the ground level exceeded our ambition level. Okay, here's the finished product. We've got this all leveled and tamped, and we're about ready to unbox the pool and see if we can get her set up, at least get some water in it and get the wrinkles kicked out of it for the night. And I think that's where we're going to stop. My helpers have been at it most of the day, and I think they might be about out of energy too. We laid 2 layers of 3mm plastic down before the gray tarp that they provide with the pool. We expect it to be here about 4 to 5 years, so we wanted something decent underneath of it.
Okay.
Alright, the pool is set up, sort of. Now we're in the process of trying to get the legs leveled and get wrinkles out of the bottom of it. We'll get it close with a little bit of kicking here and there. Then we'll start putting some water in, and they will stay in and keep kicking things to the side, and we'll work on the outside, getting posts to stay level, get it set up, probably get a couple inches of water in it tonight so it doesn't go anywhere. And next week we can work on getting the cloths trimmed up, getting something done around here, get the dirt all cleaned up. We do have these rubber pads. They're like about a 16-inch landscaping block, I guess. We just cut them in quarters, and we use those underneath the pads of our old pool. I think we're going to try that again. Seemed to work fine, and they were in there for 4 or 5 years. So if we do need to do something different, we can get some boards or something, but that seemed to be enough of a footprint in this clay that we deal with here. So we'll keep going. Katie, we ready for water?
I'll have to crawl under here and grab this rock. I'm looking at it now. Go around the edge more.
Alright, this is probably the most important part. We're going to work on the outside, trying to keep these legs level. You can see they're kind of helter-skelter all over the place. The kids are going to work their way around the inside, trying to work the wrinkles to the outside. Katie, that's not exactly how you do it. You gotta work from the outside. You can't take wrinkles out from the inside. I'm undecided on 2 layers of plastic plus the ground cloth. As you can see here, it made it extremely difficult to get wrinkles out, but in the end, maybe the wrinkles did actually just slide out on their own to some degree because of how slippery it was underneath the pool. The floor sort of unwrinkled. Then we'll probably have enough or too much weight on the tarp here. You can see this is a pretty cheesy tarp that they give you with this thing. We also put 2 layers of 3mm plastic down just for a weed barrier, because this will probably be here for, I guess our last pool lasted 5 years, and then a hailstorm got it. We started getting some leaks in the side that I repaired with Flex Seal tape. That worked pretty good if you need to do something like that. But we just decided it was time for a new one because we had repaired that one a couple times. The kids are getting a lot bigger, so we went from a 16-foot 48-inch to a 20-foot 52-inch pool by Intex. I guess they're probably all made by the same company. We do have a sand filter rather than these cartridge filters. They don't last long. Out in the gravel country living here, this thing gets some abuse from a south wind pretty often, so we do excuse me, we do have a sand filter. I would recommend that, I guess, and we'll go through setting that up and our solar heater, and we'll probably make that another video. So they're making a little progress here, also just kind of working back and forth, so some of it is going to have to wait until there's water in the pool. It almost looks like we're a little unlevel based on where the water is pooling here, but our laser level said we were good, so I guess we'll see when we get her filled to the top. Alright, here's where we finished up for the night. We've got, legs are not quite straight. but we'll be working on this, getting this all centered. The floor is very, very good, and then tomorrow we'll fill it while we're kind of keeping an eye on it and get the legs where they need to be. We'll have to put these little pads underneath the legs, but I think it was a good start. This is a lot bigger pool than we're used to, so a little bit of a learning curve, but anyway, we got the level pretty good, it looks like, and I guess we'll know that when we get her full. But for now, this might be the end of this video, and then we'll maybe do another one on what we could do different and how we're gonna finish around here and get the filter and pump set up.